It's a late night in 2013, and you just hopped on your Xbox 360. You hear the familiar soundtrack of Castle Miner Z. You don't know it yet, but you're creating core memories of the Xbox 360. Playing Castle Miner Z was definitely a memorable experience, but I give a lot of that memorability to the unsettling nature of this game. And one big example of that was the studio intro. This monstrosity was so unnerving to me, especially when I was younger. I guess you could say this was an early encounter of the uncanny valley. This face genuinely haunted me, and that was only the beginning. So what exactly made Castle Miner Z so terrifying? Well, for starters, Castle Miner Z was a knockoff version of a very popular game that goes by Minecraft. And the difference between the two were like night and day. On one hand, Minecraft was the OG, the first of its kind, and a masterpiece at that. With its beautifully blocky world and memorable mobs that populated it, Minecraft was the golden standard. Anytime I played Minecraft, it sparked feelings of inspiration to create and survive in a world without end. Minecraft was a safe space to explore in. It held endless possibilities and ambition. It was truly something more than just a game. It was an experience you felt deep in your heart. In the other hand, we have Castle Miner Z. Take the blockiness and crafting of Minecraft, and then mix in guns. Castle Miner Z was dark and gritty. Unlike the more bright and cheerful Minecraft, this wasn't a safe space by any means. But that's exactly why this game was so popular. It fed off what we were familiar with, then twisted and distorted it. You didn't play Castle Miner Z for a nice, relaxing time. You instead endured its suffering, like a bad nightmare you can't seem to wake up from. But it was surprisingly addicting and very entertaining. Now, Castle Miner Z was not the only Minecraft knockoff, but none of them truly stood out like Castle Miner Z did. Castle Miner Z would release on the Xbox Live Indie Games on November 9th, 2011. While Minecraft wouldn't arrive on the Xbox 360 for another 6 months. But even when Minecraft came out, there was still a desire to play Castle Miner Z. And for me, it was the atmosphere I felt while playing it. The day starts off gloomy, as if we severance midway through the day. No memories or recollections of this morning. I guess that explains how we got these tools and weapons. Alongside us stands a giant beacon tower. This tower represents the center of our world. The sounds of thunder and violent winds fill the air. In the distance, screams hollow. Dread floods our body. Night is approaching fast, and the crickets begin to sing. This is where you start to see the creatures that inhabit this world. They burrow out of the ground, and the undead haunt you mercilessly. Each movement is observed. You are constantly being stalked. Nowhere is safe. Mining down sounds like a good escape, but it doesn't help. They'll be waiting below. But we have no other choice. We'll have to wait till morning. The mornings in Castle Miner Z are a slight sigh of relief. Unlike the nights where the darkness hides the unknown and surrounds us with monsters ready to attack, the days are a little more peaceful and optimistic. The world is illuminated Your surroundings are more clear and calm. The threat level is still active, but nowhere near night level. The next logical step would be to build our own shelter while the day is young. Now we can consider ourselves safe from this nightmare. In the comfort of our new home, we can now talk about the types of creatures you will encounter in this world.
Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
The first and most common creature you'll encounter is the zombie. These creatures dig their way up from the ground, seeking human blood. At first, these creatures seem to be extremely slow, but the second you let your guard down, they pounce. Their speed and hops are insane, vicious creatures that don't let up chase. The skeleton. These creatures also dig their way up from the ground. But unlike the zombie, these skeletons come in many forms. From archers with deadly accuracy to swordsmen with heavy damage. These skeletons will stalk and feast on your bones. I forgot to mention the dragon. Dragons spawn in every biome, each one being more difficult than the last. The only way to stop them from attacking you is to kill each dragon. But killing one is no easy feat. These are some of the most powerful entities in this world. The further you go from the center, the more biomes you'll reach, and with our shelter being destroyed, we'll have to explore far out. The world of Castle Minor Z is a strange one. There are floating land masses scattered everywhere, giving this unnatural feeling that this world is not ours. The lack of animals casts a feeling of loneliness over the world. As you wander, the land changes around you in ways that feel wrong, like if someone tried to rebuild a reality from memory. The sands of the desert stretch endlessly, yet they feel claustrophobic, like the world is closing in. Then the heat fades, replaced by the biting cold of the Arctic, where even sound freezes. You keep walking past the ice-filled terrain, towards a large crater in the ground. With closer inspection, it appears to be a spacecraft. Here is where we'll encounter alien life forms that have crash-landed on our planet. Their ship is decorated with alien technology that is oozing with green. These aliens are equipped with high-powered laser rifles and are extremely dangerous. Past the crash site, we come across a harder Earth and a land filled with gems and ores spread all over. Iron, gold, diamonds. The ore lands are filled with precious materials useful for crafting powerful weapons and ammunitions. This is truly a miner's heaven on Earth. But if there's heaven on Earth, then there's definitely a hell on it too. Somewhere around 3,500 blocks past spawn, you'll see a shift in the land. Welcome to Hell on Earth, where the landscape is scorched red and the stones are soaked in blood. This hellish biome is home to the demons, or also known as the Hell Lords. These demonic beings are huge tanks that taunt you whenever they find you. Hell on Earth is the most challenging biome in Castle Minor Z. Not only are the monsters much stronger out here, but this is where the undead dragon lies. The final dragon of Castle Minor Z. There is a legend in Castle Minor Z. They say if you travel far past the center, and even farther past Hell on Earth, you'll encounter a land that is filled with lights. Somewhere around 35,000 blocks away from the center, you'll find a place known as Lantern Land. This land of lanterns is said to be cursed. causing anybody who views it to like and subscribe. Or else. This game did a great job of making you feel in danger every second of a playthrough. The eerie screams to being unrelentingly hunted. Castle Miner Z did a great job of filling the void of Minecraft and lived on to outgrow more than it was ever expected to. And that was due to the fact that this game was terrifying for the young mind. Nowadays, everything that I mentioned just makes me laugh and really appreciate this strange but wonderful piece of art. Well, except you, of course.
There are bugs under your skin.
Thank you so much for watching. I am Emperor, and I shall see you next time.